Good morning, everybody. Another nice day of drizzle and rain and walking and talking, right, Rubes? Today, Ruby and I are having a heart-to-heart about customer experience. And unfortunately, I've had a couple of poor customer experiences in the last week in a retail situation, so not exactly business to business, but it got me thinking about how lazy companies are when it comes to how customers are engaged with their businesses. Lazy is the right word because usually what happens is they get some level of success, they grow to a certain size, and then, as is human nature, they start taking the customer for granted. That they're just going to show up and they're just going to do what they do, and we have to treat them right. We got to do what we got to do, but we don't have to really work that hard. And I use this terminology again quite regularly. Nothing could be further from the truth. There's so many ways that customers interact with businesses, and so many touch points that it's really difficult for businesses to keep a really, strong hold of what a customer experience is. But it is so important. It is so important. And the smart businesses look at it a little differently by really spending time with what those touch points with the business are for customers. And so then, once you do that kind of stuff, you actually listen to what customers, you actually ask the questions that some people don't even want to hear the answer to, frankly. But once you ask the questions, things get a little bit more interesting. So when companies start looking at their customer experience, they can look at it with, what is the average interaction? Like, what do we do? What would make those average interactions better? Good idea. And then what could we be doing relative to the overall customer experience to drop in those surprise and delight moments? And do we allow our teams, our people, to be flexible and free with that? Or do we hand them the customer rule book and they then, make them say, if then, do this, if this, then do that. And there's no third choice. And in those environments, that's basically the scenario that I was dealing with this week. If this, then that. Oh, it doesn't meet your expectations, then this. Oh, sorry, we can't help. Okay. Okay. Now I know. So now it's something that will impact my future dealings with these businesses, if there are future dealings at all. And so this is something that I find so important for every organization in every industry with every type of customer to sit down, think about, and understand. So if you're lucky enough to have a customer, how can you retain them at scale to make it easier for them to buy from you again? And how can, in those little surprise and delight moments, make them so ingrained with you and so drawn to you that you won't lose them, even if they have a mildly off experience. Don't take your customers for granted. Try to figure out how to surprise and delight them with some kind of regularity. You don't have to do it every day. Every day's great, but then I get used to that, and that's kind of a problem. So, in our walking and talking today, your customers matter to you. We know that, so we're not going to say that they don't. But do you go to that next level of support for them to make them feel that way? And if you don't, again, you do so at your own peril, because you don't know who you're annoying at the end of the day. Anyway, enough talk about that. Say goodbye, Ruby. Walking and talking with Ruby.